So, ladies and gentlemen, in recognition of Black History Month, we're going to take an in-depth look at probably one of the greatest black quarterbacks in CFL history. Actually, he's the first black quarterback to win the Grey Cup as part of that great Hamilton Ticat team in 1972. Chuck Ealey was never really given a chance in the U.S. pro system, but in Canadian pro system, he became an overnight sensation and still a very beloved and respected person outside of the sport. Now, Charles Chuck Ealey, born in Portsmouth, Ohio, again, a former CFL player for the Tiger Cats, the Blue Bombers, and the Argos. And he became the first black quarterback to win a Grey Cup when he led Hamilton to the title in 1972. Now, as a lot of people know, an influx of black quarterbacks were coming in to Canada in the early 1970s, well into the 1980s. Everybody, including Conrad Holloway and Warren Moon. Again, he played college football at the University of Toledo and high school football for the Notre Dame High School in Portsmouth. He finished both his high school and collegiate careers without a single loss, I think one of the few players in history, and was named to several All-American teams as a senior at Toledo. Now, from 64 to 67, he played for Notre Dame High under the Ohio High School Football Coaches Association Hall of Fame member Ed Miller. In 67, Notre Dame captured its first Ohio High School Athletic Association state title. Ealey was lightly recruited despite finishing his high school career with an undefeated record. He was then offered a football scholarship to Miami University with then-coach Bo Schellenberger to be the team's third-string quarterback, but Ealey refused. He was then offered a scholarship by the University of Toledo head coach Frank Lartbauer with an opportunity to start as a first-string quarterback. Ealey accepted the offer and will lead Toledo to 35 consecutive wins over 3 years. His greatest triumph with Toledo was helping the Rockets win the 1970 Tangerine Bowl. Now, Ealey led the Rockets to 3 straight top 20 finishes and 3 straight Tangerine Bowl victories during a run of undefeated seasons, winning the MVP award in all 3 games. Now, in 71, Ealey's senior season, he was named first-team All-American by Football News, second-team All-American by UPI, and third-team All-American by the AP. He also finished 8th in the voting for the 71 Heisman, which was awarded to Pat Sullivan of Auburn. Ealey finished his career as a 3-time first-team All-Conference selection and a 3-time Back-of-the-Year selection in the Mid-American Conference, leading the conference in passing yards in 70 and 71. His jersey is one of 4 retired jerseys in the history of Toledo football, and he was elected to the MAC Hall of Fame as a charter member in 1988. Due to his amateur accomplishments, Ealey is a member of the College Football Hall of Fame. He was passed by in the 72 draft after making it known that he only wanted to play quarterback at a time when African-American quarterbacks were not seriously considered in the NFL. Now, how it worked at the time, the black quarterback would come in, they would shift him to wide receiver or punt returner or kick returner. But this Mr. Ealey had better options for him in Canada. Now, in 72, after being heavily recruited in the CFL, he signed with the Tiger Cats. He did not start as QB for the squad until the 3rd game of his rookie season, but then proceeded to lead Hamilton to 11-3 record and first place in the East Division. Now, this team also had the Hall of Famer Tony Gabriel. Now, Ealey won the CFL's Most Outstanding Rookie Award and was named to the CFL All-Star team. He helped secure a 13-10 last-minute victory over the Saskatchewan Roughriders in the Grey Cup, which was also where he also won the Most Valuable Player Award after passing in 291 yards and a touchdown and rushing for 63 yards. Now, YouTube of the contest is readily available on several platforms. Check, I think it's also on Vimeo. Now, Ealey was eventually traded to the Blue Bombers halfway through the 74 season and played 1.5 injury-plagued seasons with Winnipeg. In 75, he was traded to the Argos and played 3 seasons before suffering a career-ending collapse lung in 78. In total, Ealey played 7 seasons in the CFL, 13,326 yards, and a great 82 touchdowns. Now, Ealey has worked as a regional director for Investors Group in Mississauga, Ontario, and has also made radio appearances as an investment and finance commentator on radio stations in the area. Now, he currently lives in Brampton with his wife. He has 3 children and 7 grandchildren. Now, Ealey's son Damon also played football for U of T in 1995. Not the Canadian version, but University of Toledo. Now, a very, very well done documentary of his life, Undefeated, the Chuck Ealey story, was aired on November 27th, 2008, and talked about his early life throwing rocks to learn accuracy of passes. It's quite interesting, anyway. Now, he's one of a number of black athletes featured in Choice of Colors, the pioneering African-American quarterbacks who changed the face of football, a book for young readers that also came out in 2008. Chuck is also the subject of the 2012 documentary, The Stone Thrower. It is part of the Engraved on a Nation, a series of 8 documentaries celebrating the 100 Grey Cup that aired on TSN in October 2012. And if you're American and have never seen the series, boys, should check it out. It's probably one of the greatest Canadian sports documentary series of all time. Now, Ealey's daughter, writer and broadcaster Jael Ealey Richardson, has also written about Ealey's life in a memoir published in 2012 and a children's books adaptation published in 2015, both under the title The Stone Thrower. Now, what I liked about Ealey, a very, very good scrambling quarterback, but he was also very accurate, a very cerebral guy. It would be interesting to see if you can find any YouTubes of him being interviewed by CBC and CTV, either post-game or pre-game. A very, very cerebral guy, because he took a Hamilton team that was kind of in their wilderness for a while and rejigged them, because Hamilton was always second-rate to Montreal for quite a few years, and 72, again, was one of the few years in the 1970s where Montreal didn't make it to the Grey Cup. Of course, Ottawa in 76 as well. So Chuck Ealey, boys, what a hero to all Canadians, what a hero to his home region, and what a hero to young people that want to seek out a quarterback career. And again, one of the pioneering black quarterbacks of his era, and one of the best black athletes in the history of the CFL. Again, a stand-up guy, great teammate, great role model, and it's our honor to cover Chuck Ealey today in celebration of Black History Month. Thanks for listening. Bye.